Good. She's laughing. I don't know why. I'm not really going to follow that up. All right. What else? What else do you do?
Raise the awareness for protection.
Okay, good. Good. So I'm vigilant. I pay attention. I'm
guard.
scanning the landscape all the time.
I'm living in fear.
Sure, of course. Because why?
That's my job. That's my job.
Because the world's a dangerous place.
Mm-hmm.
And what can happen to the self if you're not doing your job?
You get hurt and die.
Totally. Absolutely. She can be hurt, which is clear because that's happening all the time. But she also could be killed. I mean, more than anybody, as the protector, I'm aware of the mortality of the self.
Or someone else could get killed.
Or somebody else could get hurt. Fair enough. Good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I hurt myself or her all the time because I try to prevent these things that aren't going to happen anyway. You know, it's like it's.
Hold it,
it's
sweetie. Hold it. Let me speak to the voice that judges the self.
Okay.
Yeah. Who am I speaking to?
The judge.
Yeah. So, what do you think about her protector?
Well, she's gotten out of control lately. Worried about everything. Can see, oh, that's gonna spill, or that's gonna this, or that. You know, it's making life miserable. The deer's gonna run out every minute. Like,
so you wish the protector.
It's too much. It's amped up.
You wish the protector would lay off.
Yeah, because when it's not true, it's ridiculous.
Okay. So let me speak to the protector now.
Okay.
Who am I speaking to?
The protector.
What's your job?
Well, to see every possible thing that can ever go wrong.
Yeah.
I'm good at it. I know. And nobody else sees it. I don't know why. Especially Bernie. Like,
so
ever see danger anywhere.
There are other parts of the self that judge you, and there are other parts of the self that have an idea about how you should do things, but we're not speaking to them right now. We're speaking to you, right? What is your job?
To try to
protect
anything that I can.
And is there anything that you won't do to protect her? I can feel those other voices just on your butt. Can you feel it?
But the thing is, lots of times I'm wrong.
Who's speaking, darling? No.
Okay, all
right.
All right.
Who's speaking? Let's just pay attention. As the protector, your job is not to decide. Your job is to alert the self that there's danger.
Well, I do that constantly.
Exactly.
Good. I'm very good at that.
You are.
I seem to be better at that lately.
And I'll talk to the voice of wisdom later, and we'll get you into a right relationship. But I just want to feel how you do your job.
Okay.
I mean, you're an important part of who she is, right?
Yeah.
And those animals are
ever
happy.
vigilant.
Absolutely. And those animals are happy that you're doing your job. So I want you there fully. Right? I don't want any little mealy protectors. I want like the real warrior protector in the room. Okay? So who do I have here?
Protector.
Okay, good. And who do you protect?
Me.
Absolutely. And you do it with your life.
Yep.
In all the different ways that you do it. Now, are you ready for just a little experience of levels of development? Is everybody ready? All right, so who have I been speaking to?
Protector.
The egocentric protector. All right? I'd like now, we're going to start to go up. Okay? We're going to start to go up in terms of evolutionary development. Yes?
Before we continue, as the protector, I identified, the first thing that came to me was, I identify as a warrior.
Yeah.
And as the warrior, I crave unconditional, 100% safe love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. For him. He craves that and you deliver it.
Okay.
Fantastic. Okay? All right, so.
Can I just say, just to make sure I get in this, I'm having trouble identifying my protector.
Okay.
I'm having to think of that part of myself's role in my life. It's not as immediate as the controller or the controller actually was the most.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, is it the part of me that thinks, okay, I'm crossing this creek in this truck, and hey, wake up, start thinking. That's the part.
Yeah.
Or when I'm a spell in the hail, the part that kind of rights my body.
Yep. Okay. Yep. And also, I didn't say it earlier, but you'll notice as we go through the process that each part of who we are, we identify with some voices really easily, and other voices not so much. And in Zen, we talk about how there's 10,000 minds. know, I think you were saying this morning, 70 faces of the Torah. You know, and we called enlightenment the ability to inhabit perspective. So we should also notice that certain voices are really immediate for some of us and marginalized, and that we're all different in that way. So control comes up for Erin. She really identifies, and protection comes a lot through control. But when you go straight to the protector, it's not quite as obvious, right? Or we might have a voice that comes up where the other voices in the self are going, no way, no way, no way, right? Like if I say, all right, allow me now to speak to the voice of the thief. I want to speak to the one that steals from all of you. Like, I don't know what happens in your awareness, but there might be all kinds of judgments that come up, all kinds of prohibitions, the controller might come up. So you can see, some of us might go, yeah, I'm such a thief, I've been stealing since I steal his ideas, you know, I steal things that, you know, just immediately I can identify with it, and others of us can't. And it's just a question of what we locate in our awareness. So do you feel like you connected to the protector? What happens when someone criticizes Erin? What do you do as the protector?
Gosh, maybe I felt not allowed in those instances.
Okay, so as the protector, she hasn't really allowed me very much. So now that you're inviting me out, I'm seeing that the self actually doesn't really let me have much of a place. Right? Yeah. And so, as the protector, every voice has a legitimate role, right? The self needs protection. The world is a dangerous place. The world is a hard place, and it's your job to do that. Yeah.
I'm not quite clear on the concept of the self. Is the self a separate voice from all the other voices, or is it the sum of all the other voices?
I would say that for our purposes right now, because we're going to shift our conception of self, our purposes right now is, we'll just say that it's kind of the constellation of voices that form the idea of who John is.
Yeah.
Is that fair enough?
Sure.
Yeah, because it's going to change as we move along. Yeah, and so to Erin's protector, I would just invite you to have your place.
Yeah, it's helpful.
Yeah.
So the protector rationalizes, intellectualizes.
That's a great
The
form.
rationalizing is
Totally.
the biggest one. Just like,
Yeah,
it's not right, I can make it right.
absolutely. Good for you. Good
I
for
can
you.
make up anything I want.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, totally. My son has Down syndrome, right? So my son is not able to utilize that particular
Rationalize.
quality as protection. But what he does is he just goes, when he gets threatened, he just goes dull. He just goes into a state of dullness, and his body gets heavy, and he like, you can't get him to do anything. He just collapses, and it's just the most beautiful thing to watch, because that's not available to him.
Yeah.
But what's available is just this kind of dulling out. He just gets literally stupid. It's beautiful. Yeah. So we each have our forms, you know, the way that we protect the self from threats. Okay, so. Yeah, it's a good one. And I'm telling you, gravity is his biggest ally. You can't get him to do anything.
My job as a protector, is it just to protect Pearl? Because I kind of think I'm protecting my children.
Okay, here we go. So now I'd like to speak to the ethnocentric protector. We're going to go up a level of development, okay? So in development, we begin by protecting the self. And you'll notice, those of you who work with addiction, that sometimes that sense of self is so fragile that people actually can't protect their own children. Right? You see it all the time. And you're just like, oh my God, how can it be that somebody can be addicted to meth and let their kids have impetigo and sit around in dirty diapers and not feed them? How can that happen? Well, it happens because the level of development's stuck right here. It hasn't gotten this worked out to be able to expand, to now protect those things that are mine, those others that are part of me. So now, allow me to speak to the ethnocentric protector. This is a moment of moving up the ladder. All right, so who am I speaking to? The ethnocentric protector, it's an inelegant word, but basically that which is mine, right? So who do you protect?
My community and environment.
My children. First of all, my kids, yeah, my family. If I'm expanded, I might even actually go out to my community. Excellent. Good. What else?
My home.
My home. And I have a very
Belonging to
strong
my
sense
car.
of home. Very good.
Students I work with.
The students I work with. Right.
My employees I supervise.
The employees I supervise.